All right, everybody, this will be warning to all politicians. I am running for president 2024, and I believe this will be part 50, and some thoughts here. You know, you have to think about it. You can't be complacent and not look into things. You can't be apathetic. There's so many things that the left is pushing, and they've tried to tie them all to civil rights. And you're in the fight for the future of your children, no matter if you're natural born here, an immigrant, even if you're an illegal, and you're trying to start a new future, build a future for your family. These degenerate, drug-drenched looters, peaceful protesters, and the politicians and stuff that are turning a blind eye to everything going on. Want a hellish sewer of America for the future. They want a socialist or communist Sodom and Gomorrah. Do you understand that? You don't have to take my word for it. Go through YouTube. Look at the conservative twins. I believe they're the Hodges brothers. Look at some of the videos they have on the transgender stuff and them putting drag queens in public schools. Take a look at any gay rights parade in this country. Take a look at the ones they have in Europe. See, they get all upset because Donald Trump, in a private conversation, said grab them by the you-know-what. But what gets me is no one on the right pointed out what these people, the perversion that these people want to install in America and have installed, and want to instill it in your children. Take a look at one of those gay rights parades. That's what they want as normal life in this country. That's why they're in your schools. Do you understand that? That is normal to them. They hate everything you stand for. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They hate the fact that you think you should be able to raise your family in a decent neighborhood, have a small business, or just work for a corporation, go on summer vacations, all the normal stuff. That you should be able to build a future for your family. And since they don't want to put the effort forward to build futures for themselves and everything, they want everything handed to them. See, because if they can get everything handed to them and get the degrees and all this and everything, they can move themselves more into the seats of power and steer this nation the way they want it to go. You have to understand all these things they have tied. I mean, Joe Biden says if he's elected president, he's going to cure cancer. Do you believe that? Can you believe that? All the millions of dollars spent on that. Probably billions. And if he's elected, he's going to cure it. He's going to do this. Do you understand? They will say and do anything. They will allow your cities to burn, your towns to burn. They will let you be forced to pay protection while you take a knee to keep your home or your family from being attacked. You understand? You see these people in Hollywood and everything like this, that they're making so-called donations to Black Lives Matter and bailing people out. Those aren't donations. That's protection money to make sure the drug-drenched degenerates, peaceful protesters don't find their way into their neighborhoods. Here's an idea, all you peaceful protesters. Go to Hollywood, take the TMZ tour bus. They'll take you up there to where all these elitist Hollywood people, really, really stinking rich people live. They have really lots of nice stuff. They'll show you where they live. You know why? Here's what you ought to think about out there, you looters and, I'm sorry, peaceful protesters. Here's what you ought to think about. All that donations, I mean, protection money. No, I'm sorry, they call it donations. I'm sorry. No, it's protection money that they pay to the organizations you're out there destroying stuff for. Is any of that money making its way down to you? Is any of that money making its way down to you? Not just Hollywood. Them elitists like Stephen Colbert and them who live in New York City still, they're making donations and paying out. You know why? So that you don't come to their house. So that you don't go have Stephen Colbert kneel down and kiss your shoes. That's why they give. Do you think they give because they give a rat's ass about you? They don't give a rat's ass. They're giving so that you don't come to their house. It's protection money. But it's not trickling down to you, is it? It's not trickling down to all of you. It's not trickling down to you people in CHOP or whatever the hell you call it now. None of that money's making its way down to you. Your taskmasters. The ones, hey, you're trying to escape the taskmasters of regular American society and capitalism and this and that. Well, you got new taskmasters now. They're taking all the money, all the donations. It's not trickling down to you there in CHOP, is it? No. They might have somebody come by and give you some more dope or something. But it's not trickling down to you, is it? That protection, I'm sorry, donations. Now let's call it what it is. It's protection money. Let's all stop the bullshit. It's protection money. So that you don't go to Stephen Colbert's or Jimmy Kimmel's and help yourself to some lovely, lovely gifts. That's what it is. So you don't go over to Stephen Colbert's and have him and his wife and children get on their knees like they're being taken hostage by ISIS and apologize for being white or having white privilege and having, I wonder how much money he's got in the bank. Can't be that much. They can't pay him that much for that show. I just don't believe it. But anyway, you know, TMZ has them tours in New York too. You can find where these elitists live, who have really lots of nice gifts they want to give you. Since the people that they're paying their protection money to isn't passing on to you. I'm sure they have a bunch of nice gifts they would like to give to you if you came by, took the TMZ tour and came by their place and visited. That's why these people, these politicians and celebrities, athletes, they're more than glad to say they support the cause and donate to quote-unquote bail people out of jail or support the cause. It's protection money. That's all it is. Just like Wendy's burning down in Atlanta, that was snitches get stitches. You called the law. You're going to pay because you called the law. That's what that is. Do you think any of these corporations are going to come back in these neighborhoods without some serious changes? Serious attitude adjustment on the people who live in these neighborhoods? I'm telling you, the underlying thing, and this is used, it's a fact, this is used to manipulate people, is drugs, brainwashing. drugs, sex, you name it, whatever it is, they will do and say anything to have you lose your mind and follow their doctrines and their mantra. They will sit up there in their gated communities, in their mansions, and you've got to see what they have in their mansions. All those videos they've done from home during COVID, showing how rough they have it, showing how rough they have it having to work from home, they have to stay home. They've given you a look inside their place, all the cool stuff they got. You know what? You got to think, they got a lot better stuff than Target and Walmart. They get a lot better stuff than the convenience store down the street, don't they? And their protection money isn't making its way down to you, is it? Just an idea. Maybe you ought to take that tour. Go up and say hi to all your supporters. Go up and give a warm thanks to all your supporters. That's what's going on here in America. Take a look at those gay parades and things like that they have. See what goes on. See what kind of perversity goes on, and they're dragging children into them now. You just come to this country, you want to make a future here. Hey, cuñado, ¿qué pasó? What do you want for your grandchildren and your children and your grandchildren? Huh? You want your grandson to wear makeup and eyelashes and be dressed like a girl and taken to a gay parade? Hey, vato. You people all need to think about this. Whether you're natural born or you're an immigrant. They don't even want babies in their mother's wombs to have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. What do you think they are going to do to you? They will end up passing laws that say they have a right to teach your child to be a homosexual. They ain't far from it now. There are people in the fight of their lives to keep their children from being taken from them and being told they're not a boy or a girl, that there's a guy in Texas, fight of his life for his son. His ex-wife thinks she should raise him as a girl. You better start looking on the internet, looking on YouTube. Look at all these things these people want to install in the United States of America. They want a godless, socialist, communist, Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what they want to live in. That is normal to them. Everything you stand for, they hate. And you better wake up and you better start electing politicians who are going to keep American values. Now, I believe all nations and all peoples of the earth and the religions all come from one God, and we'll all return to that one God. So it doesn't matter what faith you are, you need to take a look at what's going on in this country. You cannot side with these leftist lunatics because they say Donald Trump is a racist and he hates your religion. Has anyone stopped you from going to your mosque or your temple? Has Donald Trump banned Islam or Sikh or any Hindu or Buddhist faiths? No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Are you going to side with them because of Israel and Palestine? Does that make sense? Is that helping the Palestinians any bit of good by siding with these leftist lunatics who support all this perversity and anti-religion stuff? Does that make sense? Don't be fooled by them people in Congress who tell you they're Muslim. Look at the things they support. Would they be able to support those things in the country you come from? Can you find the things they support in the Quran that says that is what is good to do? Take little boys and put them in dresses and put makeup on them? You must have a different Quran than I have. Is that in the Bible anywhere? That's not in the Bible anywhere. This is what these people want to do. They want to divide this nation. They're using lies, propaganda, drugs, perverse sexual groups. Whether you believe it or not, you mark my words right now. You are in the fight of your lives for the future of this nation and for the future of your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. They want to make this country a socialist Sodom and Gomorrah sewer. We are so far off the track of what this nation's morals and principles are, it isn't funny. And they've whittled away at them decade after decade after decade. Oh, we just want equality. We just want equality and you know, justice and more opportunity and this and that. And now look at them. They're in your schools. They are in your schools trying to indoctrinate your children into a life of perversity. They are putting convicted pedophiles in drag in schools. Take a look at the crap's all going on in Europe. We're not Europe. We have a right to be our own nation, to be the nation that was founded by the founding fathers, with the Constitution, with the Declaration of Independence. I believe one day all humanity will be united, but nothing I've read yet or heard yet from the new revelations say you have to let your culture go. You have to let your principles go. You need to wake up. You need to wake up and look at their agendas, what they want to turn this nation into. Look at how they started out, little by little. Saying tolerance, equality. They have no tolerance for you. Do you understand that? They have no tolerance for you. They don't want equality for you. They hate you. They want you gone. Do you understand that? They want everything about this country gone. And you need to start holding politicians accountable. You need to start holding the news media accountable. On the left and the right. Not just to point out the left's bullshit and their lies, but the right's failure. The right's failure to say the hard thing. To ask a true question. To push the point. To say, no, we're not going to take your refusal to answer. We're not going to take, your spin. Put it in their face. Say, what about this? This is what you want. Show them those gay parades and stuff. Men committing lewd acts in the streets. People walking around half naked. Ask them. Say, why should you tolerate that? Ask them. That's what they want to put in every city. That's normal to them. Put the videos of the drag queens in the schools up. Make them answer a question. Should that be allowed? Is that tolerance? Or is that indoctrination? Is that overstepping the rights of parents? You need to wake up. You need to get tough. You can't be apathetic or complacent anymore. You can't. All right. Wish you all the best out there. And seek your Maker while you can find Him. And pray. Pray for guidance. Pray for strength to withstand all the spin and intimidation coming from the other side. And don't forget, you peaceful protesters, you know, all them Hollywood elitists paying that protection money that isn't trickling down to you have a lot better stuff than Target does. Wish you all the best out there. God bless.